G'day guys, welcome to the Mailbag preview show for Derby Day at Flemington on 3rd November. Jonathan Walsh, the Wish, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Dicko. Strong grip here.
Mitch Freedman, thank you very much for coming on. It's probably
Mitch.
one of our first legitimate guests we've ever had, so pressure's on. We just filmed before and Walsh and I took the piss out of each other really well, I thought, early.
I just told the truth.
Fuck. If you could stand up, please, and show the punters what you're fucking wearing.
We're at the Hub of Finance, going to work today, so I've got my polo shirt on.
You've got a pair of shorts I can only imagine you'd find in a Salvation Army bin.
I got them from H&M.
Those thongs, they
Thongs come off catch of the day.
that well past their use-by date.
It's coming from the king of fashion. old Mr. Paddington, Sydney here.
Come on.
Try latte,
Jocelyn,
Mr.
have a
Paddington.
photo in there, come on.
I don't need to drop home a photo, you just drop your pants. It's easy, mate. It's simple.
Alright, Jonathan.
It's good to have Mitch on here because he's a young gun trainer.
Like another one young gun in Victoria on the up. We've got a horse with Mitch, Seamus Ward filly. How's that going?
Yeah, she's been back in 3 weeks.
Shush. Shush.
3 weeks. You know.
Right, shush. Go and cheers. He's got tendon issues, and I don't know if we'll ever make it to the racetrack. If it does, it's been a minor miracle. We just need it to run around so we can give it to a pony club. It'd be 1,000,000 to 1. Wouldn't be having me last time.
How you done?
Yeah, right. We just got to, Jesus Christ.
How's the filly going that the Mailbag is involved in?
Yeah, no, she's ticking
Cool.
along okay. She hasn't done too much yet, but she's been back in 3 weeks and a few weeks off starting to gallop again. But yeah, spelled well and looks alright.
And you're a local, Geelong or Warrnambool?
Grew up in Geelong, spent time in Warrnambool and now in Ballarat. I've spent time in Ballarat beforehand, so got a little bit of a handle on the place and a little bit of a know of the land, or lay of the land, I suppose, and know a few people.
Have you ever met him before?
Oh, a few times on and off, I think, yeah.
On and off. Sounds like a fucking relationship. Side of the road on the Monash. No, he's old. Mitch comes from a very well-known family. Mitch's grandfather was an enormous greyhound bookie in the 50s and 60s.
Enormous.
Enormous. Like bigger than... There's articles and that online, like you'd be able to find them. Like without embarrassing Mitch by any stretch, his grandfather was the biggest greyhound bookmaker in Australia. And, pounds and when the dollars come in. But that's a story for another day. Mitch's dad and my dad known each other for years, sort of thing. Still, the old school, we need a bit more of it. The blokes that go to the races with cash and have a bet in cash, like your old man.
Well, yesterday.
Cash is king.
Cash is king, you'll have a bet in cash. And
Yeah.
don't tell your mum and all that sort of stuff, and, away you go.
You're a lot more sniffable though. Like yesterday was the first time I've bet in cash since Warrnambool, pretty much. And just even as you walk in the door to get home, you feel a lot more sniffable. Well, I do. I know you probably never felt sniffable in your entire life the way you operate.
No, that's it.
But I did. I felt like, here you go, have a little bit. Whereas if I've won a shitload in my Betfair account,
Yeah, it's just numbers, really.
just numbers in there.
I paid $600 for fucking baby photos the other day. Like $600.
Oh, how sick would you have been about that?
I sat there, I said,
Did you get 3 quotes? How many quotes?
They take
No,
it on
no,
iPhones now, don't they?
what happened was, I got home and she was a bit agitated because she got an email.
She lives with you.
No, she was agitated. She got an email and said, she said to me, she goes, these assholes have shut down my account. So all the account money, she'd had a good run. She found a couple of winners. She's a good judge. So she found a couple of winners. And anyway, she goes, well, there's plenty of cash there now. And she goes, yeah, we'll go and book these baby photos. I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. So 600 there. Then the birthday come up. I said, well, you can go and buy yourself whatever you want for your birthday. She goes, I want an Apple Watch. That's another 600. I think, shit, life's tough at the top, isn't it? For fuck's sake.
You're making plenty and you're not slinging anyone.
I don't need to sling one. She's back in her own window. She goes, what's the mail for the day? Goes up and there's 500 on. Simple. Fill up.
She's on the movers, is she?
But anyway, going back to the cash thing though, but we're talking about this before we got started, or before Drew's phone popped up with some Pornhub notification and ruined the whole movie. Dicko actually got the track yesterday. Bendigo meeting itself, there's no one in the main betting ring. Geelong Cup was completely different. There's a heap more people and a lot more turnover. Bendigo was the amount of bookies there versus the crowd on the lawn, and that was a great day weather-wise.
It's hot. It was real hot yesterday.
No, it's a good. Bendigo's one of my favourite country cups to go from previous memories of good times prior to being in the shackle and chains, but it was pretty similar to a regular country meeting when you go there with 6 bookies, except there was 16 bookies. So the prices bet were well under 100% if you took the best price from every bookie there, and that's what I said to Dicko. I go, mate, you need to get here with cash when you can walk from the yard straight into these bookies, and some of them would have no idea what the map is, and they're being bet fair prices, less deductions.
I bet in cash, but I only bet before the yard. I don't go back in there.
And how did that? You got $9 Carlingford.
It was fat. It was huge.
They bet $7 Lord Sundowner, less deductions, which come out to about $5.40. There's some.
Yeah, because I was also betting with betting with a mate, so we'll get set before sometimes. But
yeah, the percentage.
We started really badly, but we bounced it all back.
One bookie, I'm not going to mention his name, but on the board he's about 107%. Like it is. That's just phenomenal.
It's really good.
And the horses that are backable are the ones in the market. So I mean, realistically, he's betting well under 100% because if you could take his, say it's a 12-horse field, and you take the top odds of his 7 runners, then back the other 5 on Betfair, you've probably got about 93%. It's just a fill up if you.
You know what?
Mathematically
minded. A lot of the stuff that Walsh says is just weird and funny. That's fucking spot on, actually.
Of course it's spot on. I'm not a fucking idiot.
That's actually 100% correct. Like, even when we snipped that early price, it still fucking started 130s on the Fed.
Oh, the one we bet, Argonese. We bet that because it was going to lead. It did lead.
Back to 2 leaders, I finished last and second last. How did yours pull out yesterday? I thought it hit the line pretty well.
Yeah, he hit the line great.
Which was it called again?
Fast Plan. He's probably a horse, I don't know how you had him in the yard, but he carries a bit
Lots
of condition.
Improvement.
Yeah, but that's sort of like the way he races when he's at his best. If you trim him up too much, he goes there and races terrible.
Yep.
Or just flat. But yeah, he hit the line really well yesterday. Times probably okay. Brent Stanley's horse went a fair bit quicker in the fillies and mares race.
A few of his did though yesterday, didn't they?
Sorry?
A few of his horses seemed to jump out of the ground yesterday.
Well, he won the cup and won well in the cup and yeah.
But he had Ricky Walker on those 2 horses. I said those horses.
The tripod.
They run for him.
The tripod. There was a good mail around on track further as it was. As soon as you got there, race 5, number 2. Race 5, number 2.
But the biggest thing about as it was is it got vetted at the barriers. I hate horses. Well, what do you think about when your horses get vetted at the barriers?
It's not ideal, especially if the jockey's asking for it. Like if the jockey's gone around to the barriers and he's asked for it to be vetted, and something you would have trotted the horse up. Something can bomb up between the time you put them on the float and the time they get to the races. They are animals. If the jockey's asked for that, I don't see it as a good thing, but who knows.
It's actually funny. They are animals. It's like you go to the pub, and between going to the pub and coming home from the pub, change. or which home you go to.
Fucking just behave. Alright. We'll do some viewer questions at the end, and we'll ask you a bit more stuff.
Why don't we get into Mitch? So what's your go, Mitch? So we grow up, do we talk about this?
I don't know, have we done it on this one or the one that got cut?
I think we were getting to it, and we had a little.
So you grew up in Geelong, let off from there?
Yeah, I grew up in Geelong. I was always at the races. Like, Dad worked for the grandfather and whatnot. Probably would have been good to be around 40 years ago, and would have been just a great atmosphere, I think, and whatever went on, and it was good to see. I would have thought it would have been great.
It would have been amazing.
Yeah, but we've missed out on that era, and
we wouldn't be sitting in the finance office. I wouldn't be writing finance. I'd just be degenerate elsewhere.
Anyway, I was always at races, and then I was always into sport and fitness and that too, and just sort of edged my way into the stables and come up through Andrew Payne, Darren Weir.
So did you finish school?
Dennis on. Yeah, finished year 12.
And then straight into it?
Yeah, straight into it after that. Wasn't interested in uni.
At all?
13 years of schools.
They sent him to the good school in Geelong.
Did you go to university?
Oh, no, of course I didn't go to university.
Yeah,
of course.
So,
I work in finance.
So then,
go to university.
So you went to work for Andrew Payne?
Yeah.
Where's that?
He moved to Ballarat. I was working for him while I was at school in Geelong, and then moved to Ballarat. Dan O'Sullivan and then Darren Weir, and then Warrnambool with Darren Weir overseas for a bit, and then back and sort of slowly started to set up my own show.
Good on you.
Yeah, so it's been a bit of a long process, but we got there. And,
You're going well now.
Oh, things are going
Long
well.
process. How old are you?
29.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, 29. Young gun.
Wait till you're 40.
Yeah. I'm not 40 anyway. Why have you got as many greys as Dicko?
Now, music. Are you a sort of Nickelback?
You're a fucking
What's
weirdo.
the other CD you had in the car?
I didn't have. I had
What's that CD?
Van Halen. Pumps me up on the way to the races. Yeah.
Nickelback, Van Halen.
Van Halen,
Are you
Nickelback,
a bit of a
completely
sort of
different areas.
Powderfinger Oasis man?
No,
What sort of camp would you
I'm
be?
not really like a big music man, really.
At all.
This is a 927 and get something out of it, unlike you.
You're doing pretty well to get anything out of 927 at the moment. Unless it's fucking the New South Wales ex-premier on about talking about horse names.
Yeah, no, I don't know, I get into a few podcasts and actually started listening to a few podcasts about business and, just change it up and get a bit of more knowledge. But yeah, I like the things from the 80s and 90s of music.
Good, so do I.
A bit more feeling to them, or a bit more meaning. But
And Nickelback, I don't even know who they are.
The reason why I like that is it used to get a hell of a workout down in Waterline on Coast FM, and like it was on repeat down there on Nickelback.
Yeah,
So
It's
you're
horrible
requesting
stuff.
it.
So when I left Warrnambool, it was 882 through what B was no Coast FM.
Yeah,
prior to.
That's how old he is.
Well, yeah,
exactly,
it's
yeah.
now on FM, so.
Alright, that's 10
Yeah,
minutes
shit.
of dribble, guys. Let's get into it.
Dribble, you got 40 minutes of coming out of your jaw. You're slack jaw.
Okay, it is a massive day at Flemington. There's a little bit of rain predicted tomorrow. Could be up to 8 mils. Probably so we'll say 4. I think we'll be racing on a good 4. What do you two think?
I was just like laughing about that. It was a big day in a couple of internationals. We drew will make it rain at Kittens. Everywhere. Big boy.
Apparently the
Big boy went there last
Big boy, he snuck in there last
Snuck
Saturday
in
night.
there.
Yeah. Doesn't go there apparently, but he was spotted. Along with a couple of other racing identities.
Yeah. Righto, so what do you reckon race one?
Yeah,
mate?
track though, good 4.
Oh yeah, look at the weather. Even we get a bit of rain,
It's designed to drain 100 mils an hour. Like, it's going to be a good 4.
Yeah.
Unless it rains them throughout the day.
but it's 30 degrees here with a hot northerly wind. It'll crisp it up.
Alright, good 4, fair track. Agreed?
No.
On pace.
Oh, generally, it's sort of funny. The track generally, I don't know how they make it that way, but I don't know if it's by design would be the best way of putting it. But generally, the first day of the carnival is a little bit more on pace, and then as the track wears, they start getting down the outside rail. I mean, different for the straight races, but in my experience, Flemington's sort of been a little bit more on pace the first day, and then the 9 or 10 races. I only got 9 this year.
I think as a rule, good tracks favour on pace horses because it's essentially like if Kathy Freeman's drawn 3, like she's like if a 400 metre race, the inside lanes are shorter.
Yeah.
Like
And
it's a
it's
fast
everyone-
race. It's a fast track.
Yeah,
When
inside
inside-
races, Kathy
the
Freeman's not a
inside
good
races-
example because they start on an arc, you idiot.
Yeah, but if they're all
You're obviously no good at athletics
that's
either.
why they start out on an arc, you fucking idiots.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's all.
You just said Kathy Freeman's got lane 3, she's got an
It's
advantage.
harder for a horse to come in wide that is covering more ground to catch a fast, good, fit horse, which is what it is this time of year.
And what's happened is every other.
So at Mooney Valley, there was like good horses with soft tempos. They're not going to stop.
No, Mooney
Good
Valley.
horses with fast tempos.
Well, they're 170
not
metres.
stopping either, are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So I think it'll be no disadvantage being on pace, but not as.
Have you got to run it? You got to run it Saturday?
No. Possibly a runner next Tuesday.
Right. Well, when you walk the track like you do every meet, and make sure you walk past the stand.
Yeah, which is actually worth mentioning. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to get a horse with Mitch. He walks the track every single time he's got a horse there. I'm at the races a fair bit, and I always see you walking, and there's a lot of much bigger mobs that don't. I think that sort of attention to detail is what will make the difference.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not just the track too, it's wind, and I think wind's a fairly big factor. I mean, I wasn't any great runner, but I used to hate running into a headwind.
But even when you're walking the track and you might chat to someone else who's walking the track and just build intel.
That's exactly right. I mean, I did it religiously for pretty much all my early years, and do it still regularly now. But it's all about building intel, and one day, you know, you might be in the first and the track's been doing this all day, or not, sorry, you haven't seen the track, and you're ahead of the game. And it's the same when you get, it's especially I think favourable, obviously, when the tracks get wetter.
Yeah.
But what about when you go to those joints? You have a few horses in at Donald and Horsham. They're just skating rings. Get on the inside running and away you go.
That's exactly right. Or Ararat,
Well,
or that. Sometimes it's just the way that they water them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, you know.
Swan Hill wasn't.
No, but Swan Hill's a bigger track. Like,
Because we swore to God it would be when we got there. Yeah, I'm getting distracted.
We've cut our teeth in the Western District.
Yeah.
Those like Terang's a big track, but it can be either mad leaderish or mad, Like,
yeah, and the lanes are distinct sometimes, and even, there might be a spot 1 to 2, and then a big gap where the tow lines have been or whatever, and then there'll be a spot out in the middle that you can get to and
So
around.
just explain to them what you mean by tow lines.
So the way that someone will water those bigger, smaller club tracks is that they'll have the tow lines, and it's just hard to.
So that's where they tow the sprinklers.
They tow the sprinklers along, and it's just very hard to water the track evenly. And obviously,
nothing's as good as rain.
No, exactly. And you get 3 mil of rain, it's equivalent to putting 8 mils of irrigation on or something like that. And sometimes when you've got a windy day or whatever, the tow lines are out. Even with the other irrigators, the wind might blow them into a certain spot, or you got the tow lines out and they'll water. You got your tow line out in a straight line, and then they move it, but then they get the same area. Twice. So it is
the over,
yeah, like I don't know what you call it, overflow or whatever, but they do get sense. So that's something that you get in those, as we said, Western District tracks or smaller clubs.
I'm a massive believer in it. When I get to a track like I get to Cranbourne on a Sunday, when I'm not like selling anything, I'm just there for myself.
Yeah.
First thing I do is just go hunting for someone who's on the track, like a jockey, anyone, and just start asking.
But I've told you over and over, I love betting it. I work at Traralgon every meeting, Chichura every meeting, Yarra Valley every meeting. They're 3 tracks where it can be massively important to be on pace.
Yeah, well, the first time I bet Chichura there the other week, and it was just.
It was
just a road on the inside, and if you got off the fence, you would know. It was actually getting softer as you got out, and it's just tight turning track. So
yeah,
good as that.
It's great. Well, before we get the first bit, like Geelong, Caulfield, Bendigo. Well, both yourself and
I don't remember Geelong, really.
Oh, that's right, because you hang around with it. You remember the Geelong next day. Oh, fucking I drank too much. Oh, I just get there on the front. Oh, I shouldn't have been in the marquee all day smashing piss. Well, that's what happened. You went in the marquee. You go, if I just would have went there and not drunk, I would have been fucking full.
Mate, if Scoop didn't ring up and have that 300 at that fucking thing, we would have killed you. We still broke even.
You say about killing me. I'll get your money. I'll work with it. We're all working together. We're apparently friends, but
Unsnippable though.
Yeah, I'm unsnippable. I go down pick. Oh, I can't get an Uber. Can you come back to Geelong and pick me up from the racetrack? Oh, okay, okay. Okay, love. I'll come and get you, son.
You got any birds with you? Yeah.
That was Scoop. Scoop brought this bird back to the joint. Then she partied. Right, let's get into the races. Do you know anything or not?
No, 95% of what he just said is not true. Fucking idiot. Race 1 at Flemington is the Carbine Club Stakes over 1600 metres. It's a 3-year-old Group 3. Rainier is $4.80 chance. Vacillator's 7s. Been a bit of money for Wild Planet, who's been solid the last 3 starts. Is 7s. Adana $8.50. Longer the rest. I thought there'd be. I think they'll go pretty quick here. Yulong January should cross. Lead. I think Irukandji will kick up from 2. Wild Planet finally drawn a gate. We'll get a nice run here. Rainier forward. And then there's horses at the back. I don't know what they're going to do with sort of horses like Good and Fast, Sid's Coin. Vacillator from 3. If they're too negative with it, it's going to be sort of back last. Fence. Any thoughts here, Jonathan?
Yeah, quickly. I think Vacillator's got a bit of a motor. It has won at Flemington before. The maps are not the best. I'll hold bugger all in the first because there'll be no one there. They're just walking in the gates, just the lay of the land. If Yulong January drew closer to the fence, it got...
15's a perfect draw for a leader.
The 1400 at Flemington gets a really short run into the turn. It is the worst meterage for a horse to draw wide.
Though.
Well,
it'll be a worry, but we're starting from the mile start, so
yeah.
But it is a bad start.
I just smile, Jesus Christ.
It is a bad start.
I'll retract everything I said. But Yulong January would have beaten Rainier if it didn't get hassled by the rider's horse last start.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, anyway, just sit there. You know, I've just shown my ability as a deal, so just come up and take the odds on the board, please. I'm here
Take
to
the
give.
odds.
I'm here to give.
Mitch, what do you got?
Oh, not too much. I just probably thought that Guinea's form is probably superior form. Although Wild Planet, being luckless, looked like it still had a bit of improvement in its coat this last run. And I
reckon they present the horses a bit heavy. Like it's just them.
Sort of the way they train, like
yeah.
But good horses sort of can overcome that, and obviously they've shown over the years that they can get it right. And I thought Zatori was sort of hampered late there by the Rhino's horse as well. Caulfield in that same race as Rainier and Wild Planet.
It beat Joel won at Bendigo on. It was actually when I went through it. I haven't done a heap of work, but it was one that could have been a blowout chance.
I thought Wild Planet is the wrong price. It should be closer to Rainier. I wanted to find Irukandji, like the run it's going to get. I remember this horse when I was up in Sydney. I liked it as a type. It goes Tommy Barry to Corey Brown, but it just hasn't done. Like this horse SP 390 versus Thinking Big, who's favourite for the Derby, 2 starts back. But at times didn't look like it's going to be able to win this. The horse I thought I'd tip each way is the 3 Good and Fast. I thought it hit the line really well versus Autumn Sun, which is probably the best form line for this. I reckon this is a really talented horse, and I think it'd be suited by Flemington. If enough of these go, like the Grim Reapers, the Mr. Exclusives, so I sort of, if I was at home, I'm happy having a bet here at the 1200 in play sort of thing. If a few of them are going forward and it looks like they're going to really go.
You're not going to bet for the 1200 in play, you're 7 seconds behind.
Yeah, so they're at the 1,000 whatever. Like, you're still getting good odds. If this horse is good and fast to be like near the back,
Fuck it, I should.
if it's good tempo, I'm happy to be with him. If they don't, I don't want to be with him.
I wouldn't. I'll just suck it and see on the first couple of Flemington and see what this track plays like.
All right, race number 2 is the Wakeful Stakes, 2,000 metres, 3-year-old fillies, Group 2. Market is as follows. Do you want to sort of do anything tonight, Walsh? I'll do it.
Well, yeah, I said, do you need me a computer? We're at the Melbourne Hub
Very,
Finance.
very elegant, $2. Slight drift.
So Ristia, $5. Eldorado Dreaming, $7. Sizzle Me, $7, $8, $8.50. Double figures the rest. But I can get into this.
Yep, rip in there.
There's no doubt Very Elegant's got a motor. I am concerned at the moment. John Allen was a jumps jockey, and I don't think he's a group jockey. He's slaughtered a couple of horses. This will probably improve him, but I'm a big believer if you're going to go to group races, you use group jockeys. And then in saying that, Eldorado Dreaming, which is second pick in the market, how is D. Oliver going to pull up? He was lame.
I've got no problem at all. What does Oliver love more than anything in life? Fucking cash. As soon as he hit the deck, I was right next to him and he goes, oh, he'll miss Derby Day, he might miss the cup. I said, unless he's snapped it off, he'll be riding.
I was going to other stuff that I'll get fined for saying.
I've seen that horse do that, like...
Yeah. It's smashing. You can hear it. I didn't see it, I heard it.
I didn't see it or hear it, but I've seen it a couple of times. He goes out in the mounting yard and just whips off left, and Harry Coffey nearly come off it one day, and a few others. Like when I heard it, I thought, oh, yeah, he's playing a victim.
100% he'll be riding because he loves cash. It's a massive day for them.
Yeah, well, anyway, Very Elegant's definitely a horse with a motor. Will they give this horse a quiet run to get it right for the Oaks?
Well, they wouldn't do something like that.
Well, how can you get by this? It's not saying that, but where are they going to? Are they going to put this horse back in the field and let it settle and just cruise through the line?
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Well, it still might be like it's going to. They're not going to like not ride it out.
No, but it's going to be ridden quiet to hit the line. I would have thought, and try and be ready for Oaks Day.
So if that's the case, how do you play the race?
I'm keen to back number 1 Eldorado Dreaming each way, like 1 by 3.
But it's going to be behind Very Elegant as well.
No, it's going to sit outside it, I thought. Ollie on...
Outside, it's got barrier 3.
So hang on. You're not right.
I don't know what distance the races are over.
This is a 2,000 metre race.
Oh, is it?
No, I think it's going to sit inside it, but I think it's not going to... It's going to be one off. Ollie will just cruise this thing and be like 2 or 3 pairs back, one off. You get it out in the straight with plenty of time, I think it'll win.
Eldorado.
I think Eldorado's got that sort of set up for this
And
race.
that's got that bit of X factor.
Backed up off that sort of, it was given
It's unsuited.
It was giving a run, which we just talked about very early on last week at Moonee Valley. It was clearly on pace, and they rode it out the back and hit the line really nicely.
Yeah.
So they were not trying to win. No, they weren't trying to not win, but they weren't like all.
It was unsuited.
We're not going to like
Chips in
for the lead, using up to lead.
It was unsuited.
Use her up to lead and go. This is the race for it.
Mm-hmm.
It was probably a bit of a confidence builder coming off the back of that.
Yeah.
Disappointing run.
And I'd love to take a much shorter price as Very Elegant scratched on launch here. I think Very Elegant can still just piss in off its ability.
Yeah.
And I hope it wins the Oaks because we're on the movers.
Yeah. Yeah, I went through one of the accounts and found something there at $12.
Mitch, what do you got?
Kafilla comes out of the older mares race, Moonee Valley, sort of high pressure race, hit the line okay.
Yeah.
And I thought Sizzle Me, like it was a good grounding run, I think in the ethereal. She sort of took off early and probably looked the winner at the top of the straight.
Big
Got
time.
run down late. I think she'd come on from that. Yulong Meteor, disappointing there.
Where do you reckon they go, forward or back here?
I don't know. I've got blinkers on, so it'll be interesting.
We'll go forward with them.
You
Sharpen it
I was
up.
going to say, it hit the line enormous, or
Well, Sizzle
it
Me
made
yeah.
huge ground, Yellow Meteor at Flemington.
Yeah.
But we were there.
And then sort of flattened out a little bit. Like
But they
leading run.
went forward on it at Caulfield.
Yeah.
Like, rode it upside down, and it resented it.
Yeah.
It could bounce right back here, back to Flemington.
Yeah. So yeah, that's sort of a few maideners in there. I don't know whether they fit in, but those sort of look like the main chances.
And your horse, Aristia, Walsh, it's right around the mark again.
It's not my horse.
Oh, you're a big fan.
I just got a name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're a big fan. Yeah.
Let's get through these.
Race number 3, the Betfair Stakes over 1200 metres. It's a Group 2. The market is as follows. Osborne Bulls 330, Runson 550, Miss Rock 8s, Winter Bride 9s, Bonzaway 950, Casino Wizard, whoever those 16s along with the rest. Wish, what do you got? Anything?
I'm just trying to. I love laying these New South Wales horses, but I'm trying to find a reason to lay Osborne Bulls, and I'm struggling. It's drawing the right part of the track. The weight doesn't make a big difference over the sprint journey.
Surely you're laying Runson here.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to that. I think Runson broke the track record at Moonee Valley. It was an enormous run for it, but this is a completely different class of race with different pressure and down the straight. It's very layable. Osborne Bulls and Bonds Away both draw on the outside, which might be suitable for it. So, yeah, should Osborne Bulls be shorter? Maybe, I think.
I think it will start shorter. I think like Scoot's best bet of the day here.
Yeah.
Who's been flying.
Oh, maybe he's got to fly to substantiate his lifestyle. Like, look how the bloke lives. He's in a New York apartment right in the middle of the city. Knows all the grouse restaurants in the. Like, we go out and what did we say when we went out for dinner the other night? I Scoot your order. He goes, yeah, mate, got it all covered, boys. And just come out. Just a beautiful spread. Like he. Yeah,
Osborne Bulls is his best bet. That's all I want to say.
yeah, it's hard. And as Mitch said before, that mare's grade is mare's grade. You know, I like to back the Colts and Geldings in the open races. So I'll leave it to Mitch to probably just take the song.
Yeah, well, I sort of mentioned that. The mares that are racing in the open grade, I'm happy to follow them, but when they switch from mares to open, I think they find it a bit hard.
In the sprint especially, not so much distance, a bit different.
Yeah, it might sort of, they'll probably get the weight advantage there too, which makes more of an effect. Osborne Bulls, hard to beat, I would have thought. Bonds Away, I think they sort of messed around with the distance a little bit. He probably gets back to the 1200 a chance. Wouldn't leave out Miss Rock. She's got clear ability and a lot of talent.
She's a mare, mate.
Yeah, but she hasn't been racing in the man's grade.
Well, I can't just take the piss out of Dicko.
Got back from a good race.
And I don't know, like Runson, 3 runs in 3 weeks. There's been horse had issues in the past, so.
I think.
And down the bottom, Le Cordon Bleu, it has got immense talent, that horse, but it's obviously had a lot of problems. 8-year-old still in the Hawks stable, so I'll be interested to follow it as well.
That's a good point, 8-year-old, yeah. Like, I mean, the horses are generally at their peak at 4 and 5, aren't they? Like
You
a lot
don't
of the time.
often see Walsh take note of what someone else has said.
Yeah, because I usually
That's
do
a
the
high
other
level
styles
of
on the show.
respect.
You never sort of take that into consideration. I usually just put a pen through anything over 8, especially because I'm like, oh, they're past their best. But it's had 28 starts, which is not a hell of a lot.
No.
So, and as you said, if the Hawks have persevered with it, must have a bit of ticker.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm tipping the 1 Osborne Bulls, Tommy Berry off, Hugh Bowman on, massive tick. I think it's going to be suited by this race shape. I think Runson is poisonous odds here, which makes it a really good betting race. I think the 6, Savannah and Moore, can win. I won't be losing on it. I think the 7, Bonds Away, can win. I won't be losing on it. I think the hidden run here, though, looks like they found it a little bit already, is the 9, Have a Say. Goes Johnny Allen to Craig Williams. If you watch its run behind Ball and Muscle, it's just never, it never could run on. Looked to do it, had a fair bit up its sleeve. It paraded like it can really improve. I think it was 0 and 10. If you ever want to have a horse that doesn't, you don't want it to go any good, that's the guy you put on.
Jesus.
I've just potted him before, now you potted him
No,
down.
he writes it. He
might write the
strictly
Melbourne Cup,
writes
wouldn't he?
instructions.
Yeah,
he's actually, it's a credit to him.
Yeah.
He's not just going to go fuck you and I'm going. He'll do exactly what you say.
Oh, so you go, stick this horse, mate, no worries, champ.
I want you to take it to the back, go off the cover, and don't pull him out to the 400.
Yeah.
He'll do that.
On a
Whereas
lean
someone will be like, oh, I'm off, I'm gone.
Sometimes it just can be like they missed a gallop or,
Yeah.
they just...
Come on, Jonathan.
All good. I think we better go to the...
Race 4, Lexus Stakes, 2,500 metres, Group 3, Prince of Aaron, 420, Jamie, 460, Brigham Rocks, 550, 60s Groove, $9, Runway off the Geelong Cup, upset, $13, Longer, the rest.
Okay.
What do you got?
Well, by this stage we might have worked out a bit of a pattern.
I don't think it'll matter here.
Well, it may matter here because you're tipping, like I know we're all on this international horse and there's a big spruik, like you seem to spruik and it has travelled and that sort of thing, but there's a clear leader here in
Northwest Passage.
in Runaway. So, I mean, if it's on pace, Runaway will lead. There's one at probably big odds here that's drawn barrier 1 that will improve to on a bit harder ground, which is Soul Impact. But if the pattern of racing, definitely...
Positive jockey change, Soul Impact.
100%.
Suck KO off.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It could be a real blowout chance in this race from where it will sit in the run. Because the cost of bringing a horse over here too, you're not going to just shoot off that money to bring a horse over here, unless it's sold over here, which I'm not entirely sure. But Soul Impact's definitely the best roughie in the race.
Probably here to go to start.
Oh, I doubt it. Not with what it's got there.
Impact.
Prince of Aaron, yes, definitely concede a chance, but let's check the track pattern. If it's on pace, Runaway definitely comes into the race, and Soul Impact is the best roughie. Well, Soul Impact's the best roughie regardless.
I think if you watch Michael Walker's ride on Prince of Aaron, he could have sat like box seat almost. He was trying to slow the horse down for half the lap at Caulfield, ended up sort of back further than he probably wanted. That form out of that race, it's the Melbourne Cup favourite. Del Harrod almost won Bendigo Cup yesterday. Lord Fernando should have won. It's a right race. I think it's a borderline for the moral here.
Well, anyway, let's just check the pattern. But I'm just saying on pace.
I think it'll start 350 or something.
Well, I'm not. I didn't. I said concede a chance, mate. Anyway, and if by chance the track has formed another way where the best lane's 7 to 8 off the fence, Yogi, we just back at every start.
It's big odds though, isn't it?
Yeah, Yogi's big odds. But so that's just my opening thoughts on the Lexus.
I thought there was another horse with big odds, was the 13 Ladies First. It's given another sort of weird ride last week. It backs up from the Ventura Storm race. It sort of looked like it was sort of fighting the jockey half the way around the course again. It's Mickey Walker. He obviously won't be on this because he's on the other one, so I don't know who's going to ride it, but it's massive odds. It's massive odds, this horse, and I think, second go 2,500 in a week, it could improve a fair bit. Mays, I've got no knock against. I'm against 60s Groove. Tony Blinkers on could improve. Gaelic Chieftain, don't want to lose on it.
Pot and Brimham rocks too.
Oh, I reckon it's an okay run to go Stevie Bassett at fucking J-Mac, which is scary.
It's short odds though. It's shorter odds than it should be.
You want to be forward.
It's going to map 4 back the fence.
It's gone from 14 to 3 for C Waller with J-Mac. It could land much further forward than you anticipate. Yeah,
okay.
When he draws inside, he often encourages positive tactics.
I hope he's betting.
Which one? Anything?
Prince of Aaron, probably hard to beat. I reckon Gaelic Chieftain's flying. It was huge in the Caulfield Cup off the slow tempo. And Northwest Passage, be forward. Runaway, don't know if they're going to run or not. With few coming out of the Melbourne Cup, it might be already in, so it might not even qualify. So Northwest Passage might be the standout leader there, maybe. So,
Which was still good enough in the Geelong Cup too.
Oh yeah, he's really sound, I thought.
Yeah, the pattern is a bit of a key. Yeah, Prince of Aaron's definitely well into it.
That's like your on top pick, is Prince of Aaron?
No, I'd love to be tipping Style Impact. Just go, look, just watch this Japanese horse improve on the hard ground. Just at the big odds, you've got to have a bit of respect for that.
Does anyone want to bid?
We've only got one left, mate.
Well, they're in the 6 in the fridge.
No, they're in the fridge. You bought hockeys around here. Anyway.
Oh.
Typical Dicko.
Race 5, Coolmore Stud Stakes. Group 1 for the 3-year-olds.
What a great race.
This is a really good race.
It always is a good race. It's a stallion-making race.
Stallion-making race. Written by 420, Zeus Sane 440, Sunlight 460, Encryption 8s, Caesar 8s, Diplomatico 850, Lean Mean Machine 12s, and Longer the rest. Wish?
Happy to pot the top and happy to pot the bottom. I think one of the Sydney horses will win this. Which is probably the rest of the field.
Target race written by, looks like it kept improving. Sunlight was just desperately unlucky in the Manikato, but probably short enough in the market. Diplomatico looks like a rising star, and Cesar, don't know what sort of ceiling to put on it. Like, it was huge. It could not go early the other day in Sydney and just flashed late and won the race. And Zusane's obviously a huge talent, just missing the autumn sun in the Golden Rose.
Well, I think Zusane is a really good bet here. I think it's a lovely run behind good speed. Written by has been gifted its 2 wins this prep. It's paraded awkwardly, like it's just not sort of happy to me. I'm worried it's going to capitulate in the yard on Saturday.
Capitulate, it's a good word. Teach it at school.
Public school.
That's where I went.
I think
YouTube. I can't even say that word on
I think Sunlight will now challenge Written by, which will be a different race out for it. Don't think you'll like it. I think they might go too quick because of it. Zusane gets that suck run, and then the horses come from the back. Lean Mean Machine and Caesar. I think they're the 2. So I'm keen to have a good bet at the 2. Get something out of 4 and 6. Race.
Yeah, great.
Race 6, the Empire Rose Stakes, 600 metres, 3-year-old and up fillies and mares, weight for age, Group 1. Market is as follows. You
No, it's been guts.
Amphitrite,
whatever else.
Amphitrite 480, Shillelagh 750, Ohood 8s, Aloysia 9s, Shamook 950, Invincibella 950, I'm a Star 12s, Longer the rest. This is a big race, a busy race. Wish you got anything?
Let's just hope.
Don't have to tip our race out, boys, if you're not.
Let's just hope it's a run on track because we've got Aloysia going for a bit of money, if you remember.
Yeah,
the movers are coming out. That's one of those ones that took one of those multis and it's bang, bang, bang. So it's running for a few bob. Which be handy. So I'm tipping Aloysia. But let's look. The pattern is vital in this race because you've got some leaders and you've got the favourite in Amphitrite, which will be back near the rear of the field. Shillelagh will be back near the rear of the field. X-Dean, Aloysia, Invincible Gem. This is just a really even mares race, I believe, and it'll be. I mean, it's always tempo related, but let's just see. We'll know where the lanes are from here.
Yeah, exactly right.
Once you identify the lanes, I will be able to identify this race a bit better. with any luck, I'll probably end up doing my balls on it. But
So you're not tipping anything?
yeah, I'm tipping Aloysius.
Aloysius,
Barry
yeah.
for the kick.
Yeah, for the kick. Mitch, anything?
I reckon Seabrook just bombed the start the other day. Blinker's first time. I reckon should begin better, be closer to speed.
Drawn 5, perfect.
Yeah, I think Amphitrite will be back. Probably won't take advantage of the lightweight, and pretty keen to follow Temple of Bell going to the 2,000 metre race next Saturday as well.
There you go. There's a tip.
Temple of Bell. There we go. Yeah. And Barry 17 over the 1600.
Look, I reckon Amphitrite will win, but I'm really keen to get something out of the 16 Fundamentalist and the 14 Seabrook. I think Fundamentalist and Seabrook are the prime odds.
The last 2 years, the 3 odds to won this race.
And there's a little bit more support for other horses that you get a bit better price Amphitrite. It just doesn't make sense for it to be this short with this map. It's a deep race and not much would surprise. So whether or not I have the courage to launch at Amphitrite, the sort of short odds come jump, will be a different story. But I'm happy to suggest a bet on Fundamentalist and Seabrook.
Something bobbed up at 40 or 50 to 1, it just would not shock though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's open mares races.
Yeah.
I reckon I'll do it
praying
every
for
week.
Aloysius.
These mares. I'm like,
I just wish Aloysius drew a bit better.
Well, here you go. What about? It's probably not discussed. What about the? You're not allowed to use the period drug anymore for the mare horses.
Can you let the fucking
What do you call it?
one on the panel discuss?
Well, that's what I was saying. How's that?
So there's been a couple of positive swabs coming out of, well, supposedly related to using that drug.
Yeah.
So they've just changed it to a different drug, and
So you can still.
there's some sort of a drug you can use, but it's not as long acting. And I don't actually use the drug myself. I've had 2 mares on it, I think, since I've been training.
Yeah.
And they were really bad. They desperately needed it.
Yeah.
But the other ones, you can work your way around them, I think.
Because they reckon Winks was going to be scratched from the Cox plate, but then just, well, that's what they. Look, this is natural. This is Darwinism. No, it's not Darwinism. It's evolution and shit. Like we should be able to ask a question, but mares sometimes if they're not.
They can come to the races and be on season.
Yeah, and how do they go when they're on season?
Foal. A mare race SLM foal.
Yeah.
Well,
they're not on
that's
season,
like actually a hormone booster, a bit. Yeah. So.
A little bit of a...
Yeah, but it does. If they're on season, how do they generally race?
Well, I haven't had much luck. They fracture in the barriers, and they just do things they wouldn't normally do.
Just like dealing with misses. Yeah.
Oh,
Mine anyway. Dicko's got to be nice because she said, "I don't want to hate you when you get home." Emma watched the show.
don't fucking ever bag my miss on the show, alright?
Often.
You're a beautiful woman.
Beautiful woman.
Race 7, the Victorian Derby, 2,500 metres. It's a Group 1 for 3-year-olds.
Don't hate me, Dicko.
Thick and big, 340. 310 at some joints. Arameo, 650. Star of Karum, who paraded with an absolute monster of erection last Saturday at Moonee Valley and somehow still hit the line. $9. Extra Brute, $9.50. Savoy, 10s. Farouk, 12s. Shapanda, 15s. And the other one who was walking around Moonee Valley with a massive fucking python was Mickey Blue Eyes. And he hit the line okay too, I thought. Longer, the rest. I've got a fair bit to say about this race.
2 chances.
No, yeah, right.
2 chances, 1 and 2. If it's fair track midfield, I'd rather Arameo over Thinking Big. If it's on pace, Thinking Big wins. It's 2 chances in the race. They come out of better form lines. They're better horses.
You go.
Thinking Big, Arameo, Chapada. I reckon it's going to be a pretty solid test this race, and I think Chapada just one on the improvement. I think it's a pretty good stay. I think it's strong through the line in that Norman Robinson. Yeah.
I've got real concerns here that Savoy will go and annoy the absolute fuck out of Thinking Big, and this dog can go real quick. And it will be team riding, but it won't be talked about in the stewards. It won't be mentioned. And it'll set the race up for Extra Brute to hit the line, but I don't think it will. I reckon it might be past it. I don't like the way it's drawn. I think 15. I just don't know where they're going to land. This is a horse that could land forward. Yeah, it's drawn 15. It's going to be busy early. Johnny Allen, what's he going to do? I don't know. I thought Mickey Blue Eyes and Savvy Oak were the 2 that got the nice runs at odds. And I think Arameo's the wrong price. I think Thinking Big is the nicest horse I've seen since the Autumn Sun and in a long time, but I hate the scenes. If Savoy gets scratched, I'll be heavy Thinking Big. But I just think that the Weir stable will send this thing out to annoy the fuck out of
It doesn't really know how to pace itself yet, though, that Savoy either. Like, it just can run a bit free, I think.
Yeah.
And,
Which will piss this thing off.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it's just a real big negative to thinking big chances. So, yeah, I'm just scared shitless of the race. Race 8. Kennedy Miles, 1600 metres, Group 1. Market is as follows, Walshy.
Yeah, read them out, son.
Oh, don't use son there ever. Fuck.
Champ.
Lando. Chanting.
Get through it.
Outfitting shot, outfitting the shot ball. Man, showing it out for people.
We've got plenty of fucking in.
Oh, you just. Every time you bag his head, it goes like this.
It's funny. Nice crop.
Land of Plenty, 480. Hartnell, 650. Cliff's Edge, 9s or 850. Peaceful State, 10s. Best of Days, 10s. Noir, 12s. La Roman, 13s. Iconoclasm, 15s. Siege of Quebec, 17s. Longer the rest. Wish, anything?
What a great race.
Huge race.
Fantastic race. I wonder about, I think Coming Through might be a horse at good value. It maps, it can sort of sit on the pace, or it can map alright. It's probably one of them that I'll be with. Cliff's Edge was good enough last start. There's a heap of chances. This is just a great race. Coming Through won't take out much. Land of Plenty has obvious ability, but it could end up in a very horrible position. A bit of pace.
I think it's fair for you to say track pattern key by now. We're well aware of it, and if it's running on, you're keen on Land of Plenty. Like you're respecting it a lot more.
I'm respecting it a lot more. Yeah.
Same with Peaceful State.
Yeah, Peaceful State's got the inside. Peaceful State was just unsuited last start.
Could be again though.
Yeah, but if you actually go back, it stormed home in the Caulfield. In the Flemington Australian Guineas or whatever it was. It has to be respected. We don't know who's riding it at the moment, do we, Peaceful State?
No.
But Coming Through is a sort of big odds safe sort of a bet for me. And another safe bet's Hartnell. Hartnell's a fair dinkum horse.
Draw 9 should be sweet from there.
Yeah, it can
absolutely flying this prep.
Yeah, so they're probably two I'm going to go with, but I'll make my mind up on the day.
I've got not much to add. I'm just going to do this from the yard 100%. Like, I think every horse here can just about win. I think Siege of Quebec is the wrong odds. It was backed heavy late to beat Cliff's Edge last week. They're about the SP almost the same.
But it had every chance, didn't it?
Yeah, I respect the SP a lot. Yeah. Gay backing it up to a bigger race. Scary. And I thought, I agree with you, Coming Through is the one that's big price. Drawn 6, 2,000 back to 1,600 with Chris Waller. It's a little bit scary, I thought.
Scary.
Twy England goes alright. He's underrated, and he'll be underrated in the market down here, I'd suspect.
Mitch?
Very hard race. I just thought, plenty of chances, I think. Not much to add there, I don't think.
Sweet.
Race. We could have got Bravo Tango right for it.
Oh, jeez. I don't think anyone can get Bravo Tango right at the moment, or I can't.
Bravo
But
Tango nearly run down Nature Strip, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Owned by the local surgeons at Epworth Hospital too.
Yes, yeah. Did a good job on my knee, so...
Did they? My missus would have looked after you, there. There you go. When she was working.
Oh, don't just... She knew what I just said. You're wrapping up and he's bagged up.
I know it's when she's working. There's some maternity leave.
Race 9. The Mountain Goat Sprint over 1,100 metres for Mares Group 3.
Mountain Goat Sprint.
I'm excited. $4. Resin $6. From Within 7s. Snitty Kitty $7.50. She Knows $12s. Petrel $11s. Grey Shadow $15s. Along with the rest. Booker's $18 there for your wish.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to look. I'm worried about Ollie, as we said, with the injuries and that. But Booker's drawn perfectly. I think it's a horse of reasonable ability. It'll be winning me something. Yeah, well, no, because Onyx Sider's drawn inside, so it might, if it's an outside draw.
This is a race where we can tell we want right now. But you'll either by race 9, you'll be like, outside suited, inside suited.
The two roughies are like a Booker and Divine Quality, which I'm happy to sort of
It's a bomb first up, isn't it? Divine Quality.
Yeah, they've always spruiked the horse with ability, which
I thought She Knows and Great Shadow were the two here that were value.
Yep. Oh, it's a big card, massive card. What are we doing, Mitch? You going to load into one here or not?
Jeez. Mayor's race again. We'll take turns a bit, I think. Resin, I thought it was good. Good win up there. Divine Quality was first up. It just goes well first up, wherever it runs. And I'm excited. It was huge. It was stepping back in distance a little bit.
Yeah, and inside. It was enormous last start, but it was right down the outside in a good part of the straight. Alright, best bet.
Do you have a case bet cup?
Yeah, we're doing after this. Best bet.
Beautiful one for me, Dicko.
Osborne Bulls, race 3, number 1, Scooty. Get me home.
Yeah. I'd actually just rather play some each way. Race 5, number 4, Lean Machine each way. Definitely have something each way, Soul Impact, at big odds. And if I had to give a lay of the day, it's written by. Yeah, that's enough. That's 3. That'll get us going.
Best bet, Mitch?
I reckon Garlic Chiefs in each way in the Lexus.
That's good.
Beautiful.
That's fucking what we want to see.
Lay of the day. You got one?
Unlike Snicko tipping, the shortest favourite of the day there.
Lay of the day, Rainier finds excuses all the time and it's very, very short, I thought.
Trainers can't give lays because it means they're pulling
I can, as long as it's not my horse. But
yeah, that's how we like him.
I'm happy to stay away from that. Yeah.
Alright. The Case Bet Cup, what do you reckon, Wish? I reckon the big...
Lexus? Or...
No, I reckon that's 600
race. No, the Coolmore's a bloody good race.
It's not enough horses. I reckon this, the Kennedy Mile.
Oh, Kennedy Mile. Oh, right.
Kennedy Mile's Case Bet Cup.
Well, which one do you want?
For this week. Mitch, you're a distinguished guest on the show, which we haven't had before. So
if your horse breaks down, make sure you pay too, mate. We'll come to the stables, get the beer. One bloke paid. I'm over the slab still.
No, he's not talking to you, he's talking to
I'm talking to the general public out there. Desperate times, mate. Just had a baby, angry missus. I need to go and drink in the... I'll sit in my boat and drink stubbies by myself. I've got no stubbies.
You sit in the boat in the front of your house.
It's not it's in my shed. I sit in the boat, so I'm getting the snapper gear ready. The snapper gear's ready, been buried for sit in the shed, have a stubby and look at shit on my phone. So, and I'm out of beer, so hurry up. Whoever owes that slab, pay Drew.
Are you done? Thank you. Mitch, which horse would you like in the Kennedy? It can't be one of the favourites, mate.
I'll take Dreamforce. 6.
I like that. Well, that's fair bit.
Oh, I'll take Coming Through. Is that alright? Which one do you want?
Come through.
Okay, well, what else Hartnell?
Unsniffable. Fucking unsniffable.
No, I will take...
fuck me.
I will take...
Don't look at the market.
I'll take Fast Net Tempest.
Yep, done. All yours. It couldn't even win a fucking sale.
It's stop at sale.
It fucking had the I was on it. I thought I was gonna get willowed, and he found a beautiful passage through. The other horse had to go around the fucking.
He just went like this and just stopped.
Jeez, I hope it wins. It's just like when Humidor won at the big odds and I won the slab.
Alright guys, that's it for the main part of the show. We'll do some viewer questions now and just shoot the shit for 5-10 minutes.
Oh yeah. There's one viewer question you said we're going to vote for Daniel Andrews. I'm not Labor, I'm not Liberal, but...
Hang on, let's just slow down and get to those
questions.
questions.
There's not a fucking snowball's chance in hell I'm voting for that hunchback bloody 4-eyed gib. He's an imbecile. He can piss off back to Wangaratta real quick.
Why do you feel like that?
Because he cost me hours and hours and hours by ripping up the contract for the East-West Link, which you'd be in the same boat. And then he did pull the funding for the Flemington grandstand, which they had to seek funding from.
Oh, good.
But you just got the East-West Link and called it something else. And
yeah, but it cost us, what, a couple of billion on the way through.
Yeah, in a year or two of work.
Yeah, it's another...
I kind of
like you lose more hours than me. Imagine the East-West Link going Ballarat to Cranbourne or something. It'd be so much easier for you. Yeah.
Disaster.
Pass.
So we're voting the mailbags. Like, you've kind of got me even believing in you now.
No, that's
You're voting Liberal? Isn't he a little churchy sort of?
I usually vote for the Shooters Party, not because it's just because they look after the fishermen, and then it goes to Nationals, which goes to the Liberals.
I can't vote for that Liberal bloke. I've seen enough of him to not like him.
Well, you're in Richmond anyway. Isn't that a green seat?
I'll vote for green.
Yeah, great. You have more smackies walking your house.
You'll have the races called off and...
They'll cancel duck shooting and all the duck shooters, all the duck hunter blokes go, Just to cause more trouble at Waterloo.
Did you see what happened at my house?
Smacky walked into his joint.
Into my house. Fucking scary.
Hello, Dicko! On the show!
Alright,
and
can you get your Twitter out and bloody get involved? Is there any chance Walsh you can give an old university colleague? So you did go to university?
Of course I went to university, you imbecile.
Bullshit.
Got a double degree, you're
Really? Hold on, I'm surprised by that.
economics, finance and environmental science.
Can you give him a certainty for Derby Day?
Oh, Jay, but the Julian Brophy, they used to own the training pub, the middle pub in Terang, absolute legend. Certainly for Derby Day. Not yet, but text me later, we'll work something out when I get through this.
Josh, my man, Wishy, best price for a Aristia, People's Horse.
Who said that?
Josh.
$40 at Moorabbin. Massage!
You are a sick fucking puppy.
That's what they tell me anyway. Might be
Question,
cheaper in Springvale.
question for you, Mitch, from a weird name. Do you actually want to lead in the straight at Flemington, or do you want to have cover?
I prefer cover, but
Regardless of tempo?
I think so. Yeah,
It's pretty brutal to lead for 1200, isn't it?
especially down the straight. I think.
No, they lead all the time down the straight. Depending if it's the wind. The wind's a key.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them races they do sit up though. Like, doesn't that to me that advantages the back markers?
I think if you lead down the outside fence or the inside fence, it's completely different to if you lead in the middle.
Yeah,
I think you can't win almost
yeah,
because they just get lost at the end and they're just there for the picking.
yeah.
If they got like that rail to go hard against.
Follow, yeah, definitely. I prefer not to, but
Here's a serious question from Chook. Is it somewhere where Betfair shows the fluctuations? Yeah, you can click on the side box and it pops up a graph.
I use BetAngel, and at the moment I'm using dynamic odds as well, so I can set the dynamic odds to. This is actually really key for anyone who gets my betting information, my Mounty Up Mail. So I watched the Betfair Flux the last 10 and 5 minutes, and you know I'm working around the horses I found in the yard. If I send a huge bet on a horse, and then the last 5 minutes it's just out the gate on Betfair, I'm trying to get out of that position. I'm really heavy on watching the late flux. So BetAngel does it for me, and so does Dynamic. I believe Betfair is about to bring out a new setup that actually does it for you. I think Scoot keeps talking about it.
The Times today, punters have just got so much access to good information.
What about on Saturday? Do you reckon they will?
Coors got the same access to information.
It's
was
pretty
bad
hard
at
to
moving
get a bet on.
Oh, you mean
Saturday.
but that was the phone.
Did you find that?
yeah, no, it was bad.
But that was the phone. They bring the they call
No, it wasn't the phone. I was on the fucking laptop with with my
it's
dongle.
a phone tower, same thing, internet phone. They bring the things called cows. I think they call them cows.
Well, they didn't have a Cox Plate. What did they have a Cox Plate day?
They didn't have
work with 38,000 people.
No, they bring
How many will be there on Saturday?
No, they bring the cows.
Mobile towers or whatever they are.
Yeah, they call them cows. I don't know why, but they call them cows and they bring them in.
Why are you bringing up cows?
Because that's what they call.
Cows aren't good for you, mate.
That's what they bring in to increase the coverage.
You know how much that's
So
fucking
Flemington's a lot bigger course than and where it's situated. So they bring them in. Yeah, Flemington
should be sweet.
touch wood. I haven't had any problem with signal, but I'm using Optus and Telstra dongles. If you're using the on course free internet,
Give it away.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you've got to have your own dongle. If you're betting properly, you don't have your own dongle. You should probably have two.
yeah, you got to have two. You got to have
So
Optus and Telstra because Optus is better at some of the country circuits than Telstra.
Do you get a bit like shaky when you're driving home from Bendigo now?
What do you mean?
I just think about the cow when it's getting like dusky.
Look at the cow at Serpentine, mate.
Yeah, but it's like
That's
I'm
not
driving home from the bush and there's gonna be kangaroos coming around. I'm thinking, I'm not fucking this.
Watch out going to a Chuka for kangaroos. It's not good. Down the back of the head.
I'll probably never find out.
You might get
It's too far.
It's not too. If there's $1 in it, mate, you'll be there.
No, not that far.
Yeah. Anyway,
Best way to bet on track if you can't access Betfair on your phone.
bet with the bookies who don't know what they're doing. What, mate?
So whereabouts will you be situated?
Oh, we got 3 stands at Flemington. The old man would be up in the new grandstand. My brother would be in the normal spot.
In the new grandstand in the members?
Yeah, the old man's in the level 2 or something. They shift him up there because they close the rings and yada yada yada. So he's up in the new grandstand. My brother would be in the normal spot in the undercroft, and I'll be out on the lawn. I'd like to say
on the lawn in the Bunnings hat.
I'd like to. Yeah, I'll have a Bunnings hat on. Don't want to get sunburned. I'd like to say raping and pillaging, but I can't be certain of that.
Anything else?
What do you mean? Not there for a haircut.
Yeah, you get one every fucking second week from your
Fresh.
really beautiful Oriental friends.
That's exactly right.
Alright, that's about it.
Let's go for dinner.
Let's go for dinner. Guys, we're doing a very, very small night tomorrow night at Moonee Valley for like guys who have been getting the grouse products for a while.
Yeah. Yep.
Usually I decide not to come.
No, I can't come. I'm too busy.
You'll be there, Mitch?
Yep.
So it should be a pretty insightful night, hopefully, for everyone who comes and like a very small amount of people.
Now, actually, I've got to shout out to Scotty Switch Rentals Warrnambool.
He's a good man.
He's in a bit of trouble, Scotty. He rang me before the show. He said, look, I hope his missus watches the show. He goes, I'm in a bit of trouble. I said, what's going on? He goes, I'm going to Flemington Saturday. Can anyone give me a lift up and a lift back? I'm like, I went through a few names and I go, give that a run. And I said, what the fuck are you coming home for, mate? He goes, long story.
He was on a bucks on Saturday.
Yeah.
Relentless.
No, that was the punters. Yeah, they had a good day, and then he goes, I'll come back Sunday, but then I got Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I'm like, if you're going to be in trouble, mate, you might as well cop it on the chin and do the whole whack. Like, one day it's not going to change what's going to happen to you, son. Like, so if anyone can give Scotty moves to lift up and back.
Anyone watching, Walsh is really valuable, incredibly valuable for financial advice and advice about horse racing. Advice with women and relationships, like fucking pen and everything. Have a great week, guys. I hope you enjoy the weekend. Bye.